Today Baba is telling us that our aim is to become Sato Pradhan. Right now we are in our Tamo Pradhan stage. And Baba says, if you want to become Sato Pradhan and claim your place in the Satyugi kingdom, then you have to imbibe knowledge, have remembrance, and pay attention to purity. Now, Baba talks a lot about imbibing knowledge today. And yesterday's Murli was also about becoming an embodiment of knowledge or imbibing knowledge. Now you see that knowledge is called power. And Baba gives us knowledge. Baba is the only source of knowledge. Baba is the ocean of knowledge. And Baba tells us today that when you study in a school, then also there is study and yoga, because you study the study that the teacher teaches, and then you also have yoga with the teacher. Yes? Do we not have yoga with the teacher who teaches? So, of course, we remember what the teacher taught, but we also remember the teacher who taught. And when we are children, we remember every word, how the teacher sits, stands, how they talk. We have complete yoga with the teacher. And Baba says, even when it comes to physical study in the world, there also yoga and study are both going together. And if somebody tries to just study from books, that's not very easy. And when you study from a teacher, it becomes very easy, because you get the power from the teacher, depending on how much they have imbibed the study. So in the world also there is knowledge and yoga that go together. And Baba says that, of course, in the world it is limited knowledge and yoga with the limited physical being. But here we have access to unlimited knowledge, the highest kind of knowledge that Baba gives us. And then we have yoga with the Almighty Baba. So that's why the power that we get here is unlimited. And you see, when the soul becomes powerful, its position changes. So, in the world also, when you study well, when you have yoga with the teacher, then you get some power through that study. And because of that, your social status, your economic status, they change. And I remember there was this one interview I was seeing of 4 friends, all of who cracked civil services, all 4 of them. And civil services is held as the highest examination in India. So when they cracked, all 4 of them cracked the civil services, so there was an interview conducted. And then those friends, they said that somewhere when we were in school, we discovered or we arrived at this knowing that, if we want to be businessmen, we need money. If we want to be politicians, we need political connections. But if each of us wants to be an IAS officer, then we just need to study. And they said we identified that if you study 50 books properly, you can crack the civil services. And then we thought, this looks like the easiest way to change, our present condition. And then we thought, if you can just by studying, if you can become an officer, then why not? And it was so easy and so simple that we set out to it. And we studied and we cleared the exam. And now, all of us are officers. Yesterday we were nobody. We were very poor, but now we have access to everything. So now you see that in the world also, study and yoga can change your fortune. But of course, in a very limited way, because when somebody studies and has yoga and they clear an exam also, or they get a position also, still they don't become, immune to death or, untimely death or disease or some other misfortune. So we just, some days back, I heard the news of an IPS officer who just had joined, who was going to join his, first posting, and he died on the way in an accident. So when you hear these things, then you understand that, study and yoga can create a fortune in the world, but then it cannot create an unlimited fortune. But Baba says that I am the highest on high Father, and I am giving you the highest on high study. And if you study this study and you have yoga with me and you follow my directions of purity, then you claim the highest fortune, that of becoming a Satyugi king. So you get the kingdom of Satyug. Now Baba says that this study is very important, and this yoga with Baba and this study can change, the whole paradigm, and it can make us from Tamo Pradhan to Sato Pradhan, and it can change us from beggars to prince. But what is this study? And you see, yesterday when I was sitting in evening yoga, I was just reflecting on the knowledge of the soul that Baba has given. So let us take, when Baba says imbibe the study, so the first point of knowledge that Baba gives us, I am a soul. Now you see that when you say I am a soul, Baba says the quality of the soul is knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss and power. Right? Now, what is our belief system associated with knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss and power? So just think about what is our belief system. So if you take knowledge, then if somebody doesn't go to school, then they are foolish. That's the belief system in the world. But Baba says a soul is knowledgeful. It doesn't matter which school you went to, it doesn't matter which degree you had or didn't have. You are a soul and you are knowledgeful. And if you stay in self-awareness, then you know all that you need to know. And I remember there was this one sadhu, and I met him, and he was very intuitive, and he was very he understood a lot of things, and of course he didn't have the knowledge that we have, but he was doing pretty well, considering that he never went to school or something. Many people came to him for suggestions, and he could guide people to what business to do and what business to not do. And then I asked him, so where do you, so when somebody asks you a question, where do you look for the answer? Because you see, we go these days, young people are going to Google for all the answers, and people who earlier, they used to open books and see the answers. So where do you go to find the answer? So he said, I go within. And it was beautiful, and I met this person before I was in Gyan. So I felt that, knowledge is something that every soul has inside. But when you take the Swaman, that I am knowledgeful. Now you see, these days the language that we use is always, I don't know this, I don't know that, I can't do this, I can't do that. But there is nothing you don't know or you can't do or you can't learn. And if you understand that knowledge is my quality, and everything that the part that I need to play, I have the capacity to play it correctly and accurately. If I just stay in that Swaman, just think about, there is a lady and she has been trained or conditioned to believe that she is not good with finance and management. But the thing is, if it is your part to take care of finance and management, then you must be equipped to play that part. And you see, in this, when we come to Seva, then sisters have to handle everything. And then when you have that Swaman, that, I am a knowledgeful soul, I am the child of the ocean of knowledge, then everything becomes easy. So Baba says that this is your quality. It's not dependent on which school you go to, what subject you learn, what you study, etc., etc. And then Baba tells us that peace is my quality. Happiness is my quality. But just think about, this belief system that is so ingrained in us, that I can be peaceful when other people are quiet. Yes, I can only be peaceful when other people are doing everything my way. But is that so? Peace is my quality, and I can be peaceful in the loudest of sounds. I can be peaceful even when nothing is going as I want it to go, because peace is my quality. But this knowledge that Baba gives after 5,000 years, after 63 births of conditioning has to be imbibed. And I have to practice to sit in my soul conscious, peaceful state despite everything. And that's why Baba says that do this practice at Amrit Vela. Because when you practice something, you do it in less unfavorable conditions. So at Amrit Vela, the atmosphere is not that challenging. So when we sit in Amrit Vela, I have to practice that I am a soul and my quality is peace, and I can hold myself in that essence of peace, in that state of peace for 45 minutes. And Baba has not only given us the knowledge, so when we say Om Shanti doesn't mean that only I am peaceful, but my home is the world of peace and my Baba is the ocean of peace. So when I hold this knowledge in my awareness that my home is the world of peace. So when you sit in your home and you sit, let's say it's winter in India right now, and you're sitting in a room in your home in which there is a heater working. So then what will you feel? You will feel warm. So Baba says that my home is the world of peace. And if I experience myself sitting in my home, then what do I feel? I feel peace all around. My home is very peaceful. It is the world of peace. And then my Baba, you see, a child has, even as a Lokik child, as a physical child, you are always in awareness of the qualities of your physical father. Yes, so even if the child is little, and I remember there was this one child, and he was having a fight with another child, and then he said, "My father will put you in jail." And then I asked him, "Why will your father put this child in jail?" So he said, "He's a policeman. He can put anybody in jail." So you see that child, even when he is having a small fight, he has that intoxication that that's the capacity of my father. And I will just tell my father and he will put this one in jail. And Baba says that, we are children of the ocean of peace. And when my Baba is the ocean of peace, then Baba is constantly sending waves of peace my way and nurturing and sustaining me with peace. So we have understood the knowledge. I have understood my quality. I have understood the quality of my home. I have understood the quality of my father. But have I realized it? Have I imbibed it? Because if that is so, then peace will never be conditional for me. I will walk in peace, talk in peace, I will do everything in peace, because peace is my quality. And then you see happiness. And I was just thinking yesterday, you see, we have this very strong conditioning that when you lose something on the outside, when something on the external is not happening your way, then it is very natural to lose happiness. But just think about it. If you lose your happiness when you lose something outside, does your chance of getting it back improve? Yes, you see, a loved one leaves the body. They have left the body. Whether you are happy or sad doesn't matter. Yes, you lost a project, you lost it. You being sad doesn't ensure that it will come back to you. So, happiness is, so you see, we have this very strong 63 births of conditioning that you be happy when you get something, you lose happiness when you lose something, but basically it's a very distorted, it's Ravan Mat. And the truth is, happiness is your quality, and everything else is happening according to drama. So, whatever happens, you stay in happiness. Because, anyways, your being sad is only increasing the loss, it's not decreasing the loss. And Baba says that this point of knowledge that I am, my quality is happiness, my Baba is the ocean of happiness, I have to imbibe this point. And there are people who become very surprised. I remember when I was dealing with a challenge that had come my way, then there were people who were very surprised that how can you be happy in such a situation? And then I told that person that even if I'm sad, the situation is the same. So why does it, why would it make sense for me to be sad and not happy? Because even if I'm sad, I have to deal with the same thing. So, and when I am happy, I don't even feel how big a thing it is. So Baba says that, but you have to imbibe this, that knowledge is your quality, purity is your quality. And you see, with purity, we have completely taken a U-turn. So we think that impurity is my quality. It is natural to be upset and lustful and angry, and these thoughts, these feelings are very natural. So people say that when you see someone, when you see a body, feeling attracted is natural. When you see somebody's behavior and not like it, then feeling angry is natural. But Baba says, no, purity is my quality. And I have to stay in pure feelings and pure wishes, come what may. And that's my quality. That's what comes naturally to me. The other stuff is conditioning. So does Baba, when Baba looks at a male body and female body, does Baba have change in perception? Baba doesn't have any change in perception. Or Baba looks at a fair skin or a dark skin, and does Baba's, hormone change differently, react differently? No, it's not like that. So Baba says that just like I am the ocean of purity, I stay in pure feelings and pure wishes with everyone in every situation. And you see, Baba never gets surprised, Baba never gets annoyed. Baba never gets, Baba never gives up on anybody. Baba never gets flustered. So all these things never happen. So Baba says, your quality is also that. But do you think very deeply about the fact that you're a pure, peaceful, powerful soul or happy soul? And have you imbibed this knowledge that this is my quality? Because you see, we imbibed the other kind of stuff because every day we heard it. This is natural, that is natural, feeling this is natural, feeling that is natural. I remember there was this one Kanya, and when she saw Kumar, she talked too much. She was, talking too much. And then I told her mother that, she was talking more than necessary. And then her mother said, at this age, this is natural. So I said, this is not natural, this is habitual. You've trained yourself to be like that. Of course, that training is now so subconscious that it is in the form of sanskar. But now we have to condition ourselves, recondition ourselves, and bring us back to that experience where we understand that I'm absolutely pure. And having these feelings and thoughts of lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed is just a conditioning, and I do away with it. So Baba says, have you imbibed this knowledge? Have you imbibed this knowledge that love is my natural quality? Yes, love who? First love Baba. Yes. Are you able to love Baba the way Baba deserves to be loved? Yes, because these days getting love is our quality. I remember there was this one friend of mine, and she said that I like it when I call and somebody picks my phone, but I don't like it if somebody calls me. So I should call, whenever I need somebody, they should be there. But I don't like people disturbing me. So people think that that's an ideal situation, that everybody is there for you, but nobody needs you to be there for them. But Baba says that no, that's not your quality. Your quality is to love, to surrender. And if you sit and think deeply about love as your quality, and the eternal, the most permanent relationship that I have is with Baba, so then you can understand that surrendering to Baba, belonging to Baba is very natural to you. There is no effort in it. And you see, love is such a great quality of the soul that when the soul surrenders to Baba, and when the soul does everything on Baba's directions, then the soul feels the happiest. Yes, so, but these days people think that when I do things my way, I feel very happy. But the thing is that the nature of the soul is to surrender to Baba in love, and when you do everything for Baba, everything because Baba asks you to, then you're the most fulfilled. Yes, and in earlier times, these days mothers also don't speak this language, but earlier times, mothers used to say that, when I do everything for my child, then I feel happy. So it was It was always that surrender that made you very happy. So Baba says, but if you surrender to the one who is the highest on high, then you feel the happiest. So have I imbibed this knowledge that these are my qualities, and happiness is my quality, love is my quality, and power is my quality? So, there are many times I hear BK's Brahmin children saying, I cannot distinguish between who is right, what is wrong. I don't have that discernment. But Baba says discernment is your quality. Why can't you discern? So being that Swaman, I can discern. I can decide. And being yoga with Baba, always be soul conscious, and you can discern, can decide. I have seen 6-year-old children, 7-year-old children, they have the intuition to know whether somebody has ill intention or good intention. Yes, even little children, when you hold them close to your heart, they will know, and they will feel anxious in the company of somebody who doesn't have very good intentions. So the soul has intuition, the soul has the power of discernment. But when you're very body conscious, then that power of discernment is not working. But when you are in touch with yourself, when you are antarmukhi, then all your powers, they work. Why can't you make decisions? Why can't you see in Baba's family, there are children, there are kanyas who at the age of 16, 17, 15, they take a decision to belong to Baba, and they see that decision through. You see them growing up at the age of 40, 50. They've seen that whole journey, and they have so much clarity about. I remember there was this one Kanya, she was only 16, and she told her mother, I want to be a Brahma Kumari. And her mother said, no beta, you need somebody who will take care of you, and I don't think, anybody takes anybody's responsibility in an institution. And then she said, what if you marry me to somebody and he dies after some years? Then who will take my responsibility? So she said, people die all the time. So when you get me married, I am 30, 35, and then that person dies, then what happens to me? Then I get remarried, and then again I get remarried. So this is how I lead my life. So the mother was just, she was quiet, and then that Kanya started living in the center, and now she's, I think, 32, 33 years of age. And she had so much clarity since beginning. And I've seen her whole journey. And I've never seen her getting distracted or, never having second thoughts, nothing. So all of this is happening because that soul has realized, at the age of 16, she's not in the Swaman that I don't have discernment, I don't have decision making. Or, other people will decide for me, or somebody else will be a better judge of what I should do in life. So Baba says, just know who you are, and the more you think about it, the more you have yoga with Baba, who is the bestower of these qualities and powers, then you will imbibe that, Baba is telling us the truth. But because we have had 63 births of falsehood, so we need to imbibe the truth again to come in consonance with our original fabric. So Baba says that just imbibe the knowledge, have yoga and pay attention to purity, because main thing is knowledge and yoga, and then purity is a byproduct. So Baba says that if you want to have a place in the kingdom, then imbibe knowledge and have remembrance. Okay, Om Shanti.